Hello, everybody. Enemy levels determine how tough they are, and we. Oh, okay. I was reading wet. I thought I saw food wet. What? I'm not a child, but I like to be funny and stupid. Pretty fucking stupid. Unlimited power! Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Don't mind me. I've been around a cat too much. I thought I was a wolf. What if it might be Alot the cat now? I only did that because I thought it'd be funny, then I wanted to change it to Diablo to Argonian or something. Be a lizard. He costs money. Alright, I was on this fucking
They won't ask any questions. Let's keep out of sight.
Yeah, it's level fucking 17 after fucking. Yeah, I'll give it one try.
Can't wait! You'll feel the sting of my venom.
Climb this grenade, boyo.
You're just going to be a bother.
I'm just going to be a bother. You can't climb.
can't stop me. Found her. There. So much for you.
It's ridiculously hard.
I should be extra careful in this area.
Here's where you die! You'll feel the sting of my venom. I'm not trying to fight. I'll kill you. She has to be here somewhere. Stop! Hey, you! You're mine. Can't run forever. If she's hiding, she'll be nearby. What? For Ares! I know she's not far. I'll find her.
How did you do mini sacrifice?
I need to find where she went. Yeah! I found her. Stop running away. Ha! I see you.
sucker shit really fast. Fucking Spider-Man.
I'll end you, mis Dios. She has to be here somewhere.
They won't show anything. How long does it take to lose this dude? Jesus.
She'll be nearby.
Let's do this, scum!
You can't stop me. Ha! I see you. I need to find where she went.
Pericles safe.
Pain in my ass. Ooh, a piece of candy. I got me some olive wood. Why is this restricted? That was not just cruel, but that was inhumane. Meow. That's a bad thing? You're alive! Give enough ground for the both of us. Yes. Or I'll just buy something myself.
Buy them, really?
Uh-huh.
So you're gonna throw that at me?
Looks like your situation's improved since we last met.
The danger has passed for now. But while those monsters are out there, no one is safe.
A group of fishermen tied you up. They were being used by a snake dealer working for enemies of Athens.
What did you do with them?
I showed them the error of their ways and
Manipulative.
sent them on their way. They won't be bothering you again.
I'm glad no blood was shed. But how do you know they won't return?
I made it
Not doing
very
hunter.
clear that doing anything stupid would make me angry.
Well, that must have been a terrifying experience for them. Thank you for your help, Mystios. I'll be sure to mention this to Pericles.
That's all the drachmae you gave me? I saved you from venomous snakes and I What are you talking about, boy? What you talking about, Willis? Could really take a horse, but I don't feel like taking a horse. I'll probably pull this horse.
Nobody has any respect for our work these days.
Oh, shit. I did a huge mistake. Oh, he's stalled. I'm gonna get one hit. I'm gonna get one hit. He's not even. Oh, shit. Oh, God, run. I made a terrible mistake. Normally it'll be red, the level a little higher, but he was just stalled. That means he's like 10 levels higher. Well, you should know that from any RPG game.
You must be the one Pericles sent.
I am. He said there was an ostracism vote, but didn't tell me what I'm here to do.
Of course he didn't. That's what I'm for.
If someone is exiled, can they return?
If they do, they'll be punished.
What does someone have to do to be ostracized?
Anyone seen as a threat to the city or the people is enough. And then it is up to the vote. Some have been ostracized for simply being more disliked than the person they're up against.
What's my role in this?
The votes have already been cast. We don't have long before they're counted. Take the Ostraka in this bag and exchange them with the ones currently under guard.
You want me to rig the ostracism?
Pericles does. And he has his reasons, I'm sure. Bring me the bag you took from the room and I'll take care of the rest.
No one will see me go in or out. Stay here. Goods from all over the Greek world. You wouldn't think the city was besieged by an army of Spartans.
Step aside.
What was on it? How to steal? Right here. I'll steal this too. Oh great, there's mercenaries. I can take care of.
Oh, the things I'll buy with your bounty!
This is too easy!
Oh fucking great.
Why won't you fall? Just die!
This is a big ass woman.
Is that all you got? Give it all you've got, coward!
I'm not stopping!
Yeah.
You're dead meat!
Bye. Have a nice trip. See you next fall. Ooh, burning material.
should do it. I should let Pericles' contact know.
I gotta do it real quick. Oh, my butt. Shit. Cat probably thought it was an earthquake.
I didn't even do anything.
Then why do you say excuse me? Because sure, you're innocent. Always innocent. Jump and jump in the tree. Jump. So many question marks. Why is there a dog? Oh, hey.
It's done.
You work quickly.
What are you going to do with them?
Dump them in a well. Ah, it looks like the official has arrived.
I apologize for the delay. There was evidence someone attempted to tamper with the votes. Don't worry. The Ostraka are all accounted for. The votes were counted, and Anaxagoras is to be ostracized.
Be slow to fall into friendship, but once you do, continue firm and constant. It will be more difficult for me now that Anaxagoras must leave Athens. We were quite close, although he and Pericles were much closer. It's strange, Pericles wasn't here today to defend him.
Would Pericles normally defend someone?
A good friend? Of course. Yet, Anaxagoras seems pleased with the result. This day has brought more questions than answers.
You said you were close.
He was like a mentor to me. Many of my best thoughts came to fruition through our conversations.
Who are you?
Ask anyone and they'll tell you Socrates. But a name gives you nothing. Our actions determine who we are, and every action has its pleasures and its price. With that said, then, who do you claim to be?
I know the price of actions. I have to as a mercenary.
That simple piece of information tells me more about you than your name ever could. Explaining oneself must be carefully done.
Explaining myself would take more time than I have.
Then let us focus on a single recent event. Tell me, as a mercenary, is there anything you wouldn't do?
Just because I'm a mercenary doesn't mean I'll do anything.
Even if the pay was more than adequate for the task?
Even then.
What if you were offered something you desperately needed, something you couldn't get anywhere else? Would you move this line you've made for yourself?
My line has moved countless times since I was a child. But it still exists.
And will likely move again if what you say is true.
It may.
You are clearly someone who would do whatever you feel is necessary. Perhaps for drachmi, or maybe to further a personal goal.
That describes a lot of people.
I suppose I'm curious why you did it. How could I not be when you're the reason my friend is being forced to leave the only home he's ever known?
I did what I was asked to do.
And your needs are greater than those of the man you helped ostracize. Still, you raise a fine point. Who is more responsible? Anaxagoras for getting himself mixed up in this? Or you, for simply sealing his fate?
Fine. I'm more responsible. But I did it because I have one concern. Myself.
Then I hope you also think about today. About Anaxagoras, about choice.
Socrates! There you are.
Here I am.
You're late. They're all waiting for you.
I wish to see Anaxagoras' fate, and so I have. Tell them I'm on my way. Well, it seemed our conversation is at its end. Although I hope it isn't the final one we have.
I wouldn't know.
No, I won't. Not allowed.
We have only the finest goods. Done. Goodbye, then. Good day. Until next time.
Good job, you just poisoned your own fucking dog. And now it's dead.
Sorry about that.
How did you get past the guard? No one gets past the guard.
Relax. Pericles sent me.
Praise Athena. I knew he'd send help. I was worried they sent someone after me.
They? Who?
The shadows in the night. Why you fear falling asleep? They're hunting me. Us. No one is safe in Athens anymore.
The cult of Cosmos. You know about them.
Of course I know about the cult. Here, look at this.
These are instructions.
On how to kill me. But they've been torn.
Then Pericles isn't just getting you out of Athens to save you from the trial. He's saving you from being murdered.
I don't know who to trust. I'm just an artist. I just wanted to create. Please, what am I to do?
First, you need to pull yourself together. You're on trial, the people are against you, and now I find that the cult want to kill you. I said pull yourself together!
Yes, of course.
Cleon said you're wasting the people's drachmi. If he had his way, he'd serve them your head.
Cleon mentioned me? That's going to hurt Pericles. First impiety, now theft. After all we've done for this city.
You and Pericles seem close.
For Pericles and me, it started with our love of Athens. Our differences push us to greatness. That is true friendship.
All right, we need to go. Do you have any idea where I can take you?
South of Athens, there's an island called Seriphos. My friend Theras lives there. When I discovered the plot against me, I sent word to him. If anyone can help us, he can.
Any clues he has of the cultists' identities, I want them.
Yes, yes, anything. A guard.
I'll distract them while you sneak out. Meet me tonight to set sail for Seriphos. Don't show your face until you see me at the docks.
I understand.
You didn't really think I'd let you come and go as you please, did you? Now, where are you?
Chicken! Synchronization point, I need that. Get the fuck out of the way, woman. It is time for me to climb. Right after I take a bird bath. Lime. Another climb. Oh look, a whole bunch of horses and...
Good. You made it. I was beginning to worry.
I told you I'd get you out of Athens.
So you did.
Can your friend be trusted?
Theras and I have been friends for a long time. I just sent word telling him where to meet us.
Wasting time will only get us into trouble. Let's head to Serifos while we still can.
In my
Ready to embark!
You know when you come out of the
I'm not sure we are safe here.
subtitles, options. Language. Okay, subtitles.
I never thought
Leaving the harbor!
I've left places I've called home.
We've spotted some salvage!
More oars!
Hopefully, the cult will
Ready! Spear! Get them! Increase speed!
Master or crucial assassination.
You see that volcano?
It's pretty hard to miss.
Some say there is an entrance to the underworld at the bottom.
And what? You enter by diving in it?
That's the spirit! A brave Arcadian I once knew had the same idea.
And what happened to you?
The heat of the flames turned him to ashes before he made it halfway down.
I guess some mysteries best left unexplored. You're quiet tonight, Alot.
Sorry. Years ago, on a bright night like this one, my old friend Karos and I were sailing to Samos. When we heard our names being sung out in the middle of the darkness, the song was so sweet, we forgot how to sing.
Don't tell me. You saw the silence.
I covered my ears to drown out their chants. But when I went to warn Karos, he was gone. I never saw him again. When the sea calls, you never know where it will lead you. Karos might be king of some faraway land by now. You never know.
This is a nice ship.
You don't have to do that.
Do what?
Fill the silence.
Oh, I wasn't trying to do that at all. I simply don't find myself traveling the seas very often.
It can be freeing.
Yes, freeing seems to be an accurate word. Although I've begun to feel a bit sick.
Lean over the side if you need to. Otherwise, you're clean later.
Is your stomach turning as much as mine is?
You'll get used to it. We'll reach Serifos before long. We'll show them what we're made of! Archers! We need you! Burn the sails! Take them up!
Lose another round! What the fire arrow?
Full speed! Full speed! Get ready to fire! We board! Follow my lead!
We're taking losses! Someone get to those positions!
Go!
We'll need a careful strategy to handle all of them.
Archers! Ready! Arrows!
Reloading!
We've reached full speed!
coming right at us! Barrage! Waiting for reloading!
Let's move!
Fire, Christians!
Let's see how they like flavor!
Don't waste arrows! They are going to hit us!
Ready yourself for impact! I need archers! Release now! Now the spear! Lower the sail!
Don't worry, I'm gonna first work for you.
Sails up! Speed up! Hang on tight! We're ready to dock!
Okay.
It's good to see you alive and well, Phidias.
And you, Theras. As you can see, I didn't get here alone.
Ah, yes. The kind and thoughtful hero you mentioned in your letter.
I'm glad I could get him out alive.
And for that heroism, I found some information on a man named Brisson who's plotting Phidias' early demise. Hopefully you can make something of this clue.
I can.
Please give Pericles my thanks and my farewell. And be careful. I still believe many in Athens are in danger.
That's everything Pericles wanted. Time to return to him and find out what these Athenians know about my mother.
Cultist, I can unveil somebody can.
I swear on my life and the lives I will take from others, I will not fail the cosmos again.
Cassandra becomes an Isu. Damn. Better out than in, as I always say. Peekaboo. Peekaboo.
Here you go. Put it this way, at least you have some and while you're streaming. Oh, you can shoot the board.
Huh.
But he's fast and scared, so he's worse too.
Oh, cute. Really? I call her cute and pet her and she stretches her little legs out. Wonder if your cat does the same thing with a little. I can't tell. Oh, great. I'm out. Peace. Wee. I shouldn't die. I thought so. I shouldn't die. What the hell is this 600 or something easily say? Challenge. I'll do that. Pericles. How comes you can use your thing on there but you can't cut down an actual tree?
Cassandra, it's you!
Phoebe!
You promised we'd see each other again, and now we have.
I also said, stay out of trouble.
Which I have. Okay, almost out of trouble.
How did you even get here, Phoebe?
Well, I did make some drachmi working for Marcos.
So you paid someone to bring you to Athens?
Not exactly.
Phoebe...
I needed a drachmi for when I arrived. I couldn't use it all to leave, and I didn't want to wait any longer. So I sneaked on a ship. Don't worry, nobody saw.
I just can't believe you made it.
I don't remember much of Athens from when I was a baby. But every once in a while, something feels familiar. It's nice.
I can't believe you're here.
Me either. I can't believe we both made it to Athens. It's so much different from Kefalonia.
But what are you doing here?
I'm here to get you ready. I have to make sure you leave all your weapons and change into these clothes.
So you somehow work here? For Pericles?
No, for Aspasia.
How
How is it you're working for Aspasia?
Well, I did get into a little bit of trouble after I got to Athens. I may have been a leader of a small group of orphans that tried to cheat Aspasia. We didn't know it was her, though.
And you convinced her to hire you?
No, she asked me on her own.
That was lucky. I don't understand why I have to change.
It's just what you do here. I felt weird at first, but you forget about it pretty fast.
And my weapons?
Don't worry, I'll take care of them. We don't want to scare people in there.
Well, I think I'm ready to go in.
You can't! Not like that, anyway. The Athenians like it best when you try to fit in. But don't worry, I have just the outfit for you.
I'll get changed. Promise you'll take care of my things?
Yep. Leave your weapons in the corner, and I'll come back when you're done.
I feel uncomfortable in this.
Now you look like everyone else.
You say that like it's a good thing.
It is. If you want them to take you seriously, this is the easiest way. Trust me.
Is that everything?
You're all ready to go in. Don't worry. You've done scarier things than this.
I'm struggling to think of any right now. Are you sure I can't keep just one weapon with me?
No weapons. Now hurry and go in. Oh, and don't leave without saying bye.
Here, Cassandra. The mighty mercenary and traveler has finally made her grand entrance. Only slightly late, too.
Herodotus! Athenians have no problem letting me know when I'm not welcome. It's a relief to see your friendly face.
Don't let the company here tonight intimidate you.
I won't.
Pericles is no king. He needs these guests to love him so that the people love him. And they, in turn, need Pericles. You're no different from any of them.
Do you really think these people will help me?
They will if you get them to trust you. And you've wisely dressed for the occasion. Appearing trustworthy is the most important part of being trusted, after all. Now then, come, let me introduce you to everyone. They may not look it, but this group holds the way to the future on the tip of their opinionated tongues. Ah, Sophocles and Euripides, for example. Two of the most celebrated playwrights to date. No one can throw stones as far as they can. They appear to be locked in some kind of intellectual struggle, as is their way.
He's a writer of comedies, of all things. Comedies, Euripides.
I've heard of Sophocles. In my line of work, it pays to know who the richest and most famous men are.
Hermippos has also written his fair share of comedies.
You should drink more.
Lately, his attitudes have garnered him more notice than his works. However, the fellow beside him, Protagoras, is a sophist worthy of as much praise as the great Socrates himself.
Inviting Socrates seems like a good way to ruin everyone's night. I'm surprised they would let him in the door.
Oh, don't let Socrates get under your skin. At least he wore shoes for the occasion. And the poor thing gesticulating like an ape is Thrasymachos. If you listen closely, you'll notice he and Socrates are actually arguing the same points. But the wind from his wild gestures deafens him to critique.
That isn't at all what I mean.
Where is Pericles?
Oh, he never attends his own parties. Which reminds me, there's something I need to get his help with.
Vile Socrates, always appearing where I least expect him. Warrior, protect me from his amorous gaze. Oh, Alcibiades, this is not a time for jealousy, but for love.
let's not use Alcibiades as an example. Be good, and don't drink too much. So, tell me, what does a Misthios like you think of a party like this?
This party could be fun. Alcibiades drinks like a Spartan. Maybe he fights like one too.
If I could suggest anything, please don't start a fight. Or end one.
Thank you, Herodotus.
Now, if you'll excuse me, Pericles is here somewhere, and I need to prepare him. If he's alone, I'll tell him what your brother said.
Agreed. Pericles needs to know. I'll stay here and look for clues.
I hope they know something about your mother.
Me too.
And so it isn't the rich and powerful, but the gods who are the source of justice?
What? No! Have you been listening to nothing I say?
A new face in Pericles' abode! Ha! That in itself is a remarkable thing. You must have seen me doing my impression of Cleon. I call it the Orange Ape. Tell me, what does it think?
I am called many things. It isn't one of them.
What do you call yourself then? Creature of many names?
Cassandra.
I wouldn't peg you as a Cassandra, but never mind. I'm Aristophanes, and this man is Euripides. Oh, go on. Introduce yourself.
I'm Euripides.
For a playwright, you're not much for words.
Good men lead quiet lives, as old Euripides likes to say. Don't you, Euripides? Now, if you'll excuse us, I was just about to dazzle this old dog with my impression of Pericles. I call it the wooden board.
The man is your host.
Under every stone hides a politician, I always say. And Pericles is no different.
I suppose you've come in here to mock me for my fight with Euripides.
Spare me. I'm only looking for clues to help me find a Spartan woman.
A Spartan woman in Athens. Sounds intriguing. Though, if you expect me to notice someone other than myself, you expect too much. You could talk to Euripides. He's the second most worldly man here. That pediculous Xanthodontus exophthalmic Morosov. But he doesn't talk without a drink.
I have no idea what that meant.
No, you don't.
So we get him drunk and he talks. He sounds more Argive than Athenian.
Impressive, foreigner. Euripides is from Argos.
All right. If nothing else, this party could use the help.
You'll need to pick the right wine for this task. The kitchen should have what you need. Let me know when Euripides is done in, and I'll slip away unseen.
How do you know Pericles?
I believe you mean to ask me, how does Pericles know you? I'm the greatest dramatist in the land, mentor to Euripides, lover of Asclepios, father of theater, and so on, and so on.
I'm sure it's a real honor to have you hiding in his kitchen. You're awfully worked up over Euripides. You sure you're just friends?
I'm never just anything, foreigner. Though I confess, Euripides and I hold a bond deeper than brotherhood. Why he slams it with a banal young plaything, Aristophanes, I will never know.
I'll get the wine.
Wonderful. Now, If you want some friendly advice, Aristophanes cannot stand sweet wine. I've seen what it can do to him. Absolutely, horrifyingly delightful.
It wouldn't be a party without someone losing their stomach. I'll let you know if your plan worked.
Save for that arrogant playwright. I don't see many distinguished guests in here. Can I help you with something?
I'm here for your sweet wine.
Yes, take it. But get out of my kitchen. I'm very busy, you know.
It's come back for more. Care to see my impression of Protagoras? I call it the flapping bladder.
I'm sure she wouldn't.
When I need to relax, I start a fight. For you, though.
Quickly! Bring him some wine so that he might say something clever.
After my argument with Sophocles, I think I'd rather keep my head clear.
I'm Pericles' new servant. I'd be happy to bring some wine.
An Athenian servant, you. And these are wine-pouring muscles.
I was a rower on Pericles' ship where he took pity on me. Now I pour wine for people who question my word. And his.
I wasn't questioning, perhaps one drink.
Why don't you just apologize to Sophocles?
It's he who should apologize to you.
Sophocles is a friend, and one good friend is worth an entire family. He just needs time to recover from his outburst.
Pericles has invited all of you here for some reason.
Either we dine here and praise Pericles, or we dine with Cleon. But Cleon has all the charm of a typical politician. A horrible voice, bad breeding, and vulgar manners.
I'm only here because I'm searching for someone.
And yet it gave us the distinct impression it was here to fill our wine. Let's focus on that first, shall we?
Let's conjure Dionysos, shall we?
This is pure swill.
Amateur. In my day, this would be considered nectar of the gods. Another round!
Ready for more?
Yeah, I can hardly stomach this pig's piss.
I could outdrink both of you with one hand. Let's have some more!
You ready for another?
This wine is terrible.
I like you. Who brought you here?
I brought myself. I'm on the trail of a woman who fled Sparta a long time ago.
Fled? Why?
She lost 2 children. She had no choice.
She fled to heal a broken heart. Euripides, write her into a play.
I've heard Spartan mothers go to a sanctuary in Argolis to beg Asclepios for his divine pity. I should know, it's my home.
After what she went through, I'm not sure she'd trust priests.
Oh, then she sought my friend, Hippocrates. He's a physician, best of the best. He still keeps his office in Argos. If she went to him for help, there's no doubt he'd have given it.
I love getting drunk and singing. Come back if you want to sing with me.
I'll think about it. Hippocrates in Argos. Here I come.
Dionysos, there you are. Everyone else here is boring. Let's play a singing game. You like to sing? You like to sing.
What did you have in mind?
One of us will sing, then the other, and then back again. We'll take turns making verses, and whoever makes the best is the winner.
Let's do this.
I want to play too, but who should start?
I think you should, Aristophanes.
Fine, fine. But let's do a good one. A battle song?
Is there any other kind?
At the flick of a limb comes Aspasia's whim, and Pericles' walls aim to contain us all within.
What Spartan families lose, they lose for duty. When Spartan fathers refuse, they refuse beauty.
But the dangerous part are the Athenian darts, who go for the meat when they should go for their heart.
Oh, so bring your merchants and bring their butlers. If they be sons, they bring their fathers. This is war, war, war.
Bring your murderers to the crimson quiver. Bring the helots if they be spillers. It is war, war, war.
Collect your weak and collect your sinners. Line them up at the phalanx dinner. This is war, war, war!
If they want blood, then blood you'll give them.
I'll stab their guts and let them spill it. This is war, war, war!
The stupid sweepers, the genius teachers, all just meats and juice and liver.
So grab your spears and grab your daggers. Plunge them deep in. Heroes they'll make us. This is war, war, war! This is war, war, war!
War, war, war!
War, war, war!
Enough, enough! You're a great singer!
The best! You should act in my plays.
Here, take this to remember the occasion. This party has turned out much better than I ever could have expected.
What the fuck?
Someone's being hurt. Open this door or I'll kick it in!
No, don't mind her. She likes to watch. Look at you. Such authority. Such aggression. I can see why Pericles has taken such an interest in you. Did you come to join us?
It sounded like someone was in pain.
Well, it can sometimes be hard to distinguish between sounds of pleasure and pain. Had I known you were going to knock, I would have left my door wide open for you.
I thought this party was tame even by Athenian standards. Until now.
Let them have their meeting of the minds. I'm more interested in meeting other parts.
Ali, we're out of oil again.
Ali?
You know they like you when they give you a pet name. There's more olive oil in the kitchen, but Aspasia keeps complaining about me walking unencumbered through her symposiums.
You mean naked?
It sounds so good when you say it.
After your display earlier, it's probably safer I get the oil.
Obedient, too. I knew I liked you. Don't take too long. If you don't get the oil soon, all our
How's the oil? Please start on the door. Not the shoot.
just can't stay away, can you? Did you bring the oil?
When you walked in, you seemed like you and Socrates were...
How I wish you were right. One day, we will have that man in here with us. I promise you that.
You've grown up in Pericles' home, and yet you're so... different.
No one is like Pericles. And he's only slightly more serious than usual, too. Athens is under siege, and he worries for her future. Which is why tonight is a fine time to celebrate what may be our last taste of freedom.
I might be back.
If you come back with a jar of oil, I promise to show you how grateful I am. Just can't stay away, can you?
I come bearing gifts.
We're saved! Today, these women grieved for their sons, and these men worked the wall. But tonight, we forget all of that. Let's have some fun! What do you say? Care to join us?
Time for some fun. You'll have to help me strip off these uncomfortable Athenian robes.
Gladly. If you like, we can feed them to the goat.
There's another goat?
Ooh.
Now, it's time for you to help me, Ali. I'm looking for someone.
All business right until the end. I like that.
Focus. I'm looking for a woman who fled Sparta a long, long time ago.
Fled Sparta? No one flees Sparta. But let's pretend she did. If she were stupid, she'd be dead. If she were smart, she'd do what Aspasia did. She'd earn her independence. The smartest and most resourceful women I've ever met have been in Corinthia.
Theatera? I've heard they play some sort of role in Corinth, but I assumed it was the same as any other city.
Oh, no. These women are unlike any other you'll meet. A force, and the only ones there with any smarts.
Ali! Come back inside!
Ooh, the celebration continues. When you reach Corinth, find Anfusa. No one goes in or out of the city without her knowing. Until we meet again, warrior.
Anthusha in Corinth. It's not much, but it's a start.
How's Euripides? Drunk, I hope.
You can stop hiding in here. Euripides won't notice you coming out. He won't notice anything.
Hiding? Heed this. War has come to Athens. First they take our homes, then they take our heads. I intend to be found with at least my dignity intact. Or what's left of it anyway. If you see Pericles, tell him I said thank you for another colorful evening.
Being so new to Athens and gaining access to this symposium is no small feat. Though you said there are things you wouldn't do, you gained Pericles' trust so quickly.
I've made my choice.
You really intend to use this young destruction to avoid the point being argued?
You have been arguing a single point all night and no one has a black eye? You have my attention.
We're discussing the nature of rules. Where better to do so than here? I'll ask you the same question I asked Thrasymachos. Would you agree that the act of ruling is an art?
It is an art, as all worthy undertakings are. That is not up for argument.
Yet, medicine is for the betterment of the patient, and not the physician. Carpentry improves the building, not the builder. Then, is the art of ruling not for the betterment of the ruled rather than the ruler?
Don't be absurd!
I've seen enough of the world to know that there are no just rulers. Even Pericles is self-serving.
Is a Spartan general who brings order to his troops, thereby saving his own life, self-serving? I'm not sure that's the case.
Ruling a city and fighting in battle are different things.
By practicing the art of war, doesn't the general guarantee some of his troops a ferry ride to Hades, when a swift retreat would save all their lives?
You just said a general isn't self-serving when he brings order to his troops. Then you said he is self-serving because retreating would save the lives of his men? What are you trying to say?
I never tried to say anything.
But you just said those things.
I said the words, but I didn't say anything at all. I only attempted to gain your view on the matter.
You're wasting your time. Aspasia.
I couldn't help but notice your talent for debate. Well done.
Socrates is an interesting character.
Ah, Phoebe. Pericles has retired to the balcony already, has he? His ability to sneak off and sulk is second to none.
I can go get him, and Cassandra can help. Everyone listens when she talks.
That'll be fine. Run along. Cassandra will be right behind you. Now, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Aspasia. I had to go to great lengths to cover up your work in Megaris.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, now. To convince someone in this house, even your eyes must tell a lie.
Fine, it was me. But my actions were personal, not political.
We do what we must to survive, and there's no shame in that. It's how you got here, how I got here. The clothes, they fit you well, I trust.
These may be the nicest clothes I've ever worn, but I feel a bit uncomfortable, to be honest.
You never really get used to them. It seems we have the attention of the entire room without a single eye being fixed on us. If you'd like to talk, do it now, and do it discreetly.
I'm searching for a woman who fled Sparta with her child years ago. I was hoping you might help.
What clues do you have to her whereabouts?
A physician named Hippocrates may have seen her in Argos.
He's a good man. If you find a woman named Agathi there, do let her know Aspasia sends her regards. What else?
Alcibiades gave me the name of a woman in Corinth.
I'm sure he did. My dear friend, Anthusa, is the only one I know who's enjoyed a life in Corinth through legitimate means. Mostly legitimate, anyway.
That's all I have.
There is another option. In a former life, when I needed something done or someone found, I contacted a friend. An admiral of a sort.
What's his name?
Her name is Xenia. When we last spoke, she was in chaos. A word of caution. When you go to her, be on your guard. Sea life makes a monster out of most people.
Thank you, Aspasia.
When you're done, return here. Together, we will find who you're looking for. Now do me a favor and get Pericles to come down here and greet his guests.
Get down here, you leader. But
Cassandra!
I didn't send for you. No matter how you've dressed for my party, Phoebe shouldn't have let you in.
Aspasia told me to come find you. She wants you to come down to the party.
She says I don't interact with our guests enough. But these parties aren't for me. Technically, you're a guest. If you join Herodotus and me, that should be enough for her, don't you think?
You really don't want to go downstairs, do you?
When your days are spent speaking in front of crowds, you begin to crave these moments of silence.
Or as silent as I let it be, at least.
Phidias was awaiting trial, but you had me get him out of Athens. I figured you, of all people, would want to follow the law.
Phidias is a very dear friend. I didn't want to risk him being found guilty. And of course, there were other threats.
So you knew?
I know he's delusional, but one day when you have a friend you'd do anything for, you'll understand.
I don't understand why you had Anaxagoras ostracized. Socrates said he was your friend.
I won't risk the lives of those close to me if there's something I can do about it.
So you did this to protect him?
Anaxagoras understood my fears. 10 years may be a long time, but at least he'll be safe.
Why send Metiochos to the fishing district if it's dangerous?
I would never have sent him into danger willingly.
It seems you have many loyal friends.
My people are important to me.
Your life is in danger.
Yes, Herodotus was saying. This cult doesn't worry me. I have my life threatened by far worse people every day. My true concern is Athens. I fear for her future.
The Spartans aren't your real concern, Pericles. The cult is coming, and they're bringing their strongest weapon.
Listen to her, Pericles. The Spartans are immediate. A cult's threat is ambiguous.
I'm related to one of the cult members, and I believe him when he says they're coming after you.
Sound counsel to consider. I'll be sure to let my men know, regardless.
Aspasia sent me to see what's taking you so long.
Tell Aspasia I'll be right there. I suppose this is where our conversation ends. Thank you again for helping me. I hope my guests are able to help you in your search.
Time will tell.
I'll help you however I can during your travels.
Of course, I only use the terms war, or god, or civility in the context of what can be observed. So I can observe soldiers fighting, but does that bring me any closer to understanding war?
I haven't seen you around before, citizen. Perhaps you'd like to spare me conversing with this man of nonsense?
Sure, we can talk. What about?
Before Protagoras changed the subject, we were talking about the next great leader of Athens, Cleon.
I saw Cleon speaking at the Pnyx. He's a real man of the people.
So, you have a taste for politics. That's certainly better than most of the elitist blowhards in this house.
I take it you and Pericles aren't friends.
Hardly. Ethnippos led the Tsars to have Aspasia ostracized and to see Pericles stripped of power. Not that it worked.
Yet. Pericles is the past. He's more worried about losing a few precious statues than he is fighting and winning the war. Cleon will rule this city and return it to greatness. Mark my words.
I'm looking for clues to help me find a woman. She was Spartan.
Looking and finding are quite different things, wouldn't you say? I could observe a priest offering sacrifice to the gods, but does that mean, in so doing, that I have myself found God? Or...
Oh, forget it. If you're an ally of Cleon, why would Pericles invite you?
You're not from Athens, outsider. Here, we keep our enemies closest of all.
This has been useless. Here.
Why is there a bounty hunter outside?
You look tired.
Only of conversation. I think that's the most talking I've ever done.
See? You didn't need a weapon after all. Are you leaving?
I've had enough Athenian hospitality to last me a lifetime.
You get used to it. It's nice. What are you going to do now?
There's a woman on the island of Chaos that I need to meet. I think I'll head there first.
I've heard there are pirates there.
I'll be sure to be careful.
Good. Before you go, I heard something from Aspasia about Kefalonia.
What is it?
She said there was some sort of plague. You don't think... My friend, the blood fever.
Don't think like that. Whatever happened on Kefalonia isn't our fault.
I'll go myself and find out if this plague even happened, okay?
Okay. Thanks. I knew I could count on you.
Not going to beg to come along this time?
Nope. I'm happy here. And this isn't Kefalonia. That means you'll be back.
That's very true.
Plus, I really like working for Aspasia. She says she has a mission for me.
I'll see you soon, Phoebe.
Bye, Cassandra!
said you didn't like them.
I want to try one.
You've had them before.
I don't know where they are.
Jeremy, I know you did because I handed you last time I had them. Here, you can have the one that she tried to eat if I can find it. Wait, where is it? No, she didn't. No, she didn't. It was too big. Here it is.
How bad, too.
You pick up. Just put it in your hand. It'll get soft. It'll warm up. That's what I've been doing because they were breaking my hand. That's not gonna do it. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's too weak. Damn.
Double the effect course.
Jumps on you.
That's what she looks like she's gonna do. You're adorable. Especially the peekaboo. Peekaboo. You got spots places.
Huh?
She's going brown in certain places.
I'm not too shit.
Going in like a blondish brown.
A dirty blonde is even worse.
You have gone blonde.
Man, she's, I guess. You're either going or it. Ate the sugar if you wanted to lick. What? What now?
Have you tried it?
Oh no. I got trying to get her to stop moving. Yeah. Normally it does. Is it because he took your sugar? Is it because he took what you claimed in life?
Or is she just having sugar?
Hmm?
She's having sugar. I need to run.
Ma'am. 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 Jeremy. I'm trying to freaking tell if I can do it. Turn the light off on me, damn it. Ma'am. 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 You're gonna lay down. Did you hear this? I don't want to drop my baby. I want her to be comfy. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Hi. Shit, you can have that. She does. Meow. Meow. You do it too.
She's gonna jump. I can see it in her eyes. The same look she gives me.
And she's falling asleep.
Where does my buddy cat want to go? Where, oh where?
Would you like to jump on him too?
Please no.
Really? Get him. No, don't put ass in face.
Watch one of them fall asleep on my shoulder. Here.
Only my baby. Not his baby, my baby. She's purring.
She's always purring.
She doesn't always purr. That's a lie.
When she's with Mammy, she purrs.
Okay, what about you?
Not much.
Purrs with you.
Sometimes.
She's falling asleep.
Uh-huh. Yes.
She's standing up too. The cat's so happy she's fallen asleep standing up. And purring. Squishy hug. The baby. Ah! She joked on my pump, my insulin pump. So I'm like, ah!
Meh.
Fucking not. Oh, I forgot I moved it. I'm like, why the hell, what is under the baby knife?
dismantle that. Can't dismantle anything there. I want to put this up though, dismantle that, dismantle that. Dismantle. 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 Citizenship test. I'll go do this first. You're not real good where I'm supposed to go. I don't even know what this is.
Anything you need help with today, healer?
I tried a new medical procedure on one of my patients. It was a success. Now, he swears he got better on his own and won't pay me.
And you want me to send him to the underworld?
Yes. His death is the only answer.
It won't be easy, but I'll take care of it.
Thank you.
You can leave everything to...
New location discovered prison.
Let's hope no one notices me here.
I'm not even joking. Oh, hi. I'll steal this. Thank you. Obsidian. I thought someone else just farted. Are you lying, Brian? No. Pop.
So
Cassandra! I knew you'd be back for more. I can't say it hasn't been on my mind, but alas, we must save it for another time.
Whatever you say.
I hate to cut our conversation short, Socrates, but I believe you've talked enough for the both of us. We must find another use for that mouth of yours.
Speak to him long enough, and you may find the smallest hint of knowledge veiled deep behind his enthusiastic advances.
A compliment and an insult in the same sentence. He truly is gifted. You've arrived at the perfect time. I have a friend named Sophanes who wants to become an Athenian citizen, but he needs a bit of help. Your help.
I can't wait to hear why it's my help he needs.
Any Misthios would do, really, but you're my favorite. All you need to do is sign my friend's name on a little list.
This sounds simple. Now tell me why it isn't.
There's this small matter that you'll have to enter the Metrun, where you're not allowed, and forge his name well enough, of course.
So he's trying to become a citizen illegally. You should have led with that.
I'll try to remember that the next time. The building you're looking for is near the Agora. Be safe.
I don't speak in circles or any other shape. You answered one of my questions, and that brought another to mind.
And another.
I should try to stay out of sight.
Let's fight!
Oh shit, you guys are level 19? Oh hell no. Yes I will. Bye. I'm not fighting somebody 3 level higher than me. And I'm gone. Where did I go?
Something's going on. Don't push your luck, Mr. Huh?
Meow. Meow. Oh hell no, you guys on your way over here? No. I'm gone. I'll fucking punt you all off the top. Get up. Yes, meow. And those are mercenary ass in well spot.
Surely, this is too easy.
Why is there a citizen up here? Fuck off the roof, citizen. You do. Ow. Get the fuck off. I got 2 mercenaries up there. Am I fighting the whole damn town? You just go off. Ah, shit. No. No. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Stop being a bitch. Bye.
Don't fall.
I'm not gonna fall. Where's an arrow posted?
I hope you sleep well.
Back up, back up. Is that fighting there or something? No, you can throw. Ow. Oh, I have 4. Okay, that's why. Are you even trying? I don't want it. There's a lot of arrows. There's nobody gonna chase me up here. That's over my I didn't want to climb.
Time to die!
I'm going this way. Shit. Just made errors. Made errors. Ah. They'll never find me. I'm just part of the tree. I'm part of the tree. They're over there. Level 19, 19, 19, 19. I can't even tell what level the mercenaries are unless I
The sneaky bush will not work for long.
Probably not. Since I have like 4 mercenaries on me. That one's level 14. Okay. I was responding to somebody. They automatically read speech to text. Yeah. It works fine for me. What? What am I hearing? Oh, you see him over here. Alright, come here, you little shit.
You're worth more dead than alive! May the 12 gods!
I feel like I'm gonna get shot in the back. Don't throw me. No, why are the civilians attacking me? Why?
Get back here!
In any other Assassin's Creed, you would, you kill the civilians, you would end up south and restart. And they pick up arms and try to fight you, apparently. Ow! Stop hitting me with your giant long wall. He's in a giant spear as well. Just long. Okay.
Stabs a bunch of civvies. Why are the civilians attacking me?
Stabs a bunch of civilians. Why are the civilians attacking me? I didn't realize I actually stabbed everyone. But I'm fine with it now. I'm just killing all of them. As long as the level 19 and shit don't get me, I'll be fine. Or as long as one by one can. I hate that's where I have to go. What level are you? Okay, I've been spotted by here. Oh, another civilian. I'm gonna go this way today. I'm gonna try to, what the game's name is, assassinate.
I should watch my step around here.
There's the supplies.
I don't know what the supplies are for, but you know the smartest thing I could do right now is probably stab this dude. Get my bounty on. Because I'm almost 5 mercenaries. That was 5 after me.
Don't take another step, Miss.
Don't take another step? How about I stab you?
Shreds.
Come here. Ah, you missed. I can't do it. Ow. My mercenaries are off. Ah. Why do you keep treating me like you do? Where are you going? Out. Okay. Are you my guy? Maybe I can actually go do this now. Without all these mercenaries on my I feel it's in the mirror and 4. They're still
Don't fuck up.
Don't fuck up, huh? I always seem to fuck up, but I'll try. You have gear that's better than what you ever took at the moment. I don't care. Nobody's getting shit.
Is anyone there?
No. What's this whistling you're hearing? You asked if anybody was here. Hey, guess what? Take on one of my guys. Distract.
Let's go!
You're supposed to go out. Why are you on fire for okay. I didn't do that at all. I had no partaking.
There. His name's been signed.
Time to get back to Alcibiades.
Come here. Hi. Anybody else? Oh, there you go. Over to level 19. I just have to review. They won't see anything. I take it back. That is some clear ass water. Whoa. Loading.
My favorite Misthios returns.
Sophanis' name is on the list, but it came at a price.
I see. Sometimes blood must be shed. You were the right Misthios for the job.
Here's another quest. Okay, I'll finish telling him out.
Now that you forged my friend's name on the citizens list, there's one more thing that needs to be done.
If you told me this needed to be done before, I could have taken care of it already.
Maybe, but this way I get to see you more often.
Just tell me what you need.
Unfortunately, getting Sophanis' name on the list doesn't make him a citizen. He also needs a witness who can validate his citizenship.
So you want me to be the witness?
If only it were that easy. No, there's someone I have in mind. An extremely handsome man by the name of Peros.
I'll find your handsome witness.
Perfect! I knew you'd be willing to help.
If there's more after this, I want to know now.
Of course, this should be the last thing.
Should?
I mean is.
Time to find Peros.
He's often around the Justice Building on the east side of the Agora.
And I just ask him to help?
Peros needs to say that the parents of Sophanis were both Athenian. How you get him to do it is up to you.
I have a horse, but it doesn't feel like I could use that for the distance. A new monument down.
The witness. There you are.
Too busy with the blacksmith, I could have upgraded something else.
You tell Theon I'm not giving him any more. If he wants to talk to me, he can come himself.
I'm not here about debts.
Well, what do you want then?
There's something I need your help with. Well, you'd actually be helping someone else.
That someone sent you tells me it's something I'd be better off avoiding.
You just need to validate a man's citizenship. Alcibiades said it's an easy role for you to play.
Ah, Alcibiades. He's persistent. And who is this man I meant to help?
His name is Sophanes.
Sophanes. I know that name well. I won't help you though, not for him.
I don't know him. Why don't you want to help?
True Mystios never get all the information up front. Sophanes betrayed his men for drachmi. He deserves death, not citizenship. Ah, look, it isn't your fault. You didn't know, but now you do.
Sounds like Vion may be sending someone to collect from you. Wouldn't it be nice to have the drachmi you need?
Fine. I'll do what you want.
Haha. Altar of the 12 gods.
They'll be on high alert here.
Yeah, and they'll be very high level. Well, for my level at least.
You've returned!
Socrates too, it seems.
Much like you, he just can't seem to stay away. I hope there were no issues.
Yes, he just needed a little push.
Ah, I was worried about that. Well, you did the right thing.
You kept information from me. Information that would have been nice to know.
I believe people like Sophanes deserve second chances. I didn't think what he did mattered to you.
Next time, let me decide what matters to me.
Understood. I should give Sophanes the news.
Do not bad citizens do harm to their neighbors and good citizens good? Is it possible to tell if someone will be good or bad without first giving them a chance?
Person isn't the same forever. Someone bad can become good.
But is the inverse not also true? Someone considered good can then become bad? How can we predict someone's actions now, let alone in the future?
We can't. One thing I've learned is people are unpredictable. It's what makes my job so hard sometimes.
If what you say is true, we can either hope we are right and that people will be good, or limit risk by not giving people like Sophanes a chance. I wonder then if bad actions can reverse good or good actions can reverse bad. Perhaps we can speak on that another time.
Thank the gods.
Meow. Meow, meow, meow. She's attacking. says yes.
We have the best prizes around.
Apparently I cannot forget. What do I need? I'm fucking missing. Leather and coal. I'll buy shit on the leather area. I don't have enough for that.
Thank you.
Was that in a game or was that just... Oh, her meow. Probably for the broom. Better if it's a love story than Twilight. A cat and her broom.
I call that impression.
What? She's gonna finally defeat it?
Hermippos has gone too far, Socrates. Pericles gave everything to Athens. Yet, we must still hear of Cleon's greatness.
Aristophanes, have you not done seemly things to Hermippos?
How dare you compare me to that man? His plays are a nuisance. Something I could come up with in an afternoon, and a drunken one at that. Mine are for a clever audience.
The same audience you judge. Should it not be clever enough?
Careful, Socrates, else I make you a character in one of my plays. Do you agree with Socrates that Hermippos should say what he wants?
This may be the first time I've seen Socrates listen more than he speaks.
Remember it well. You may not see it ever again.
I prefer to think before I speak, and now, having thought, I shall. Tell me, just as I am allowed to say what I wish, should not all be allowed to do the same?
Of course not. And there's much you've said that I'd say you shouldn't have, Socrates.
What if I say offends one, but is loved by another? Should I say nothing in fear of what people may think?
That would be nice, yes.
If you have such an issue with Hermippos, why not do something about it yourself?
I'd like to, but I haven't been able to find him. Maybe you'd have better luck.
It can't be that hard to find Hermipos.
That's what I thought as well. Maybe he's afraid I'll find him.
Once Hermipos is in front of you, what are you going to say?
I'm not entirely sure yet, but I promise you, it will be a grand spectacle.
It almost sounds like you're jealous of Hermipos.
Ha! Me? Envious of him? Making someone sad is easy, but making someone laugh takes true skill and talent.
Wherever Hermipos is, I'll find him.
I hope you do. His residence would be a good place to start.
Jump. 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 I didn't do anything.
Doesn't look like Hermipos is here. I should take a look around. Quickly now.
What? Don't worry, this won't take long.
Just give up!
mask from the cult of Cosmos. Hermipos must be a member. This is a lot of money for someone like Hermipos. Explains his residence, at least. Looks like Cleon made notes for Hermipos on his play. Everyone's a writer.
Hi.
Ήμαρτο! Της άνθρωπος! Πληγήσετε της!
What is it? I couldn't find Hermipos, but I did find out something about him. He's a member of the cult of Cosmos.
Then it's no wonder he attached himself so closely to Cleon. Discrediting Pericles and his beliefs in Athens would benefit Hermipos and the cult, I'd imagine.
Hermipos is definitely a problem.
Do you still believe he should say what he wants, Socrates?
I know not what I think, nor what I know.
Ah, yes, you deserve a play of your own.
What is a leader if he hides behind the walls he built himself? Send me fire, storm, or sickness, but bring me justice for my city.
Yeah. Try to go kill him. I don't know how long it's gonna go though. But I'll fucking try. Jump!
are not welcome here.
I should stay hidden if I don't want a fight. You won't be making trouble anymore.
Bye. No, damn it.
Time for a ride.
Let's see what this other cult is. Come on, horse, I know you can speed up faster. Oh. Oh, finally you beat it. Travel back and forth. Should be a nice place to punch people off. Looks like a fucking cannon or something like this anyway. I'll wait. Can you walk in and kill him? Nobody's gonna care.
Finally brought me ahead. We're cracking open. Come here.
Great, I have to fight a fucking mercenary now.
For your hand.
You bring a dog with you, that won't be a dog. Piece of shit.
It'll soon be over. So I can get paid. I think I'm gonna stop for a little bit.